Hi guys, Howard here with For You Blue, another George Harrison tune from the infamous Let It Be period. And this is a 12-bar blues, right? A pretty simple tune. But George has got a couple of things in it, you know? That's always George. So first things first, I'm in standard tuning and I'm capoed at the 5th fret, okay? And the first thing we want to get into is that cool little intro that he plays. So as you can see, as far as the single notes, I'm doing that all with downstrokes. And believe it or not, a pinch of muting back here, because if you listen to the recording, George doesn't let that D string ring through. So I'm convinced that he's just maybe lightly muting a little bit back here. And then we just have a essentially an A5 chord from the capo. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now you've got to do this with your thumb. You could do it some other way and then attempt to form the D7 chord that way, but I think that's just too difficult. And George used his thumb for bar chords and things like that, so that's probably what he's doing here. Open, 1, 2. Keep your pressure on the string so it rings through. Form your D7 chord. All downstrokes on that. Then we're going to do the same thing on the A string, but it's not necessary to use your thumb. So that's open, 1, 2, and fall into a B7 chord shape. On the recording, you don't actually hear that first E string coming through, so George may simply just be going, you know, just the A, the D, the G, and the B. But I like to form the whole chord just in case you accidentally hit that string. It won't sound terrible, right? And my approach to that is downstrokes again, and then I kind of loosen it up with an upstroke as I approach my way into, because you're going to hit that with a downstroke as well, so you might just try. I think that sounds kind of nice. Of course, you can just do downstrokes, but you might kind of sell yourself a pinch short or whatever. It just depends, okay? You start to kind of open it up, and I think it sounds really good. And George is just working off of an E7 chord here. So what you do first off is you just form a regular E chord. And what he's doing is he's hammering on with his first finger to the G string on the 1st fret. Right, so you want to hit the whole chord with a downstroke and then come back with an upstroke. It doesn't matter if you hit the full chord when you come back with an upstroke. It'll actually sound better if you don't. Just kind of the first few strings or whatever. So you've got this chill swinging motion in the right hand. And you can see that my pinky comes down on an upstroke. My pinky comes down on the B string on the 3rd fret to make the E7 chord happen. Right there on that 2nd upstroke. And then it comes off on the 3rd upstroke. So there is the intro for you, and I'll play that again really slow. And we're into the song, we're into the verse. And there's only 3 chords in the whole song, so that's pretty cool. So we've got an A7, which is played like this, a D7, and then the E7 once again is played like that. And those are the 3 12-bar blues chords that George is using. So the rhythm on that, the groove on that is And you can open it up, especially during the slide solo that Lennon plays. You can just kind of open it up anyway if you want to. You don't necessarily have to play it the way I'm doing it. So you can just swing away. Either way is fine. If you want to do it the way I was doing it, more percussively and kind of syncopated, for lack of a better word. So I'm just applying some muting back here. Down, up, mute. So it's down, up, mute again. And then upstroke again, up, down, up. So it's down, up, mute, down, up. Okay, so when you get to the end of that cycle, of that chord cycle, you can see I just hit an A chord. And George plays this really cool little blues turnaround. I love it. I think it sounds great. Back to the E7 chord, and you turn it all around. And that's a cool little lick, right? It's a really nice turnaround. But let me explain how he hits it, okay? He comes off of the E7 and the D7, and then parks the A chord. So the A chord, when he parks the A chord, E7, D7, A, that's the downbeat. And so he's actually starting the lick itself on the upbeat. So you hit the A chord with a downstroke, okay? Upstroke, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down. I think that's probably the best way to pick that. That is a cool little lick, and it's pretty quick, right? I mean, it flies by, but it's a lot of fun to play, okay? Now, you're going to use that lick again at the very end of the song. That is the song, by the way. It just loops and loops and loops, a simple 12-bar blues. But it's got that intro, which is can be a little bit of a challenge to play, and certainly that turnaround at the speed that they're playing the song. But he uses the turnaround at the end of the song as well, in the exact same place, E7, D7, hit the A. Okay, so you're not finishing the lick, you're only playing. So you don't play the last note, instead you play this. Ending on that particular A7 chord. So you come off of the 5, the 4, to the 1 chord, the A chord, and that's how you close out the tune. There you go, For You Blue by George Harrison from the Let It Be period. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and we'll see you next time.